What's up guys, it's James Allen, the out-of-state investor, and today I want to talk about a topic that many of you may not even know is possible. Financial freedom, also known as early retirement. Yep, that's right. I'm going to explain in this video how to retire early, and by early, I don't mean 60 years old or 55 years old. No. I'm talking about how you can do this in 10 years or less. Now by retirement, I'm not talking about just sitting on the beach, playing shuffleboard, or watching Netflix all day. I mean that you have the freedom to do whatever it is you want because you don't need to work for money anymore. Essentially, you have enough passive income to cover all your living expenses. Now, I wasn't going to do a video on this because I felt like since I haven't officially reached this milestone yet, maybe I shouldn't be teaching it. But I decided to do it anyway because I have been working on getting to that point for the last 4 years. And so far I've gone from $25,000 in consumer debt with no assets to my name to the point now where I generate about $2,250 a month in pure passive cash flow and no consumer debt at all. So it's not too shabby and I'm not too far away from being able to cover all my bills. So that's really the main idea with this, is being able to live life on your terms, doing whatever it is that truly makes you happy in life. Now before I share with you all the secrets of how to accomplish this, go ahead, do me a favor and smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel along with hitting the notification bell to notify you whenever I release a new video. With that said, let's get started. For basically all my life, retirement has been something I've understood takes place around the age of 65, and that's really if you're lucky and you planned ahead with a good amount of savings. Nowadays, there is so much to be unsure about when it comes to things like Social Security. The age keeps getting pushed back. It used to be 65 years old, but now for anyone born after 1960, it's going to be 67 years old until you can receive your Social Security benefits. And I really expect that age requirement to keep rising, and I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if they just canceled the whole Social Security benefits by the time I'm around that age. So with that said, it's important to have a reliable plan in place. And the plan I'm going to talk about isn't your traditional saving your 401k or your Roth IRA, because those retirement accounts can't even be accessed without penalty until 59 and a half years old. Instead, I'm going to explain to you step by step how you can retire in 10 years or less. Whether you're 20 years old or 70 years old, this strategy is going to work for you. The plan is simple, but it's not easy. In other words, it's not a confusing blueprint to get there, but it's going to take sacrifice and test your patience. The best way, in my opinion, to accomplish early retirement in 10 years or less is through real estate investing. Now, when you're shooting for cash flow in real estate, unless you have millions of dollars, you really need to look at lower cost markets. I'm talking about Memphis, Kansas City, Jacksonville, Birmingham, Knoxville. These are the kind of markets that are going to produce cash flow. And when you're looking to retire early, targeting high-priced markets like Los Angeles, New York, or Seattle won't give you the results you're looking for. But let's back up just a second here. Before we even look into real estate, you need money. So that's where step one is going to come into play. Step number one is you need to live below your means. This means you need to spend less than you earn to save money on a monthly basis. I have a video that breaks down how I use frugality to buy real estate. You can click the link in the description below to check that out. But in essence, you really want to sacrifice on your main expenses such as your housing, car payments, and food so that you can net a good amount of money every month. I also recommend getting in the habit of paying yourself first. My favorite way to do this is to put that money in a separate high-yield savings account, because out of sight, out of mind. And that will force you to stick to your budget the rest of the month, which brings us to step two. Step number two is having a budget. Having a budget helps you see everything coming in and everything going out. Every month you're going to estimate how much money will you bring in for that month, and to get started with estimating expenses, take a look at your last 3 bank statements and credit card statements. We never use cash for anything, so if that's you, you can get a good idea by doing that. I always adjust every month because I'll be more accurate as I go along. But in general, just having our money designated to specific categories makes it so much easier to track your money that you'll be saving every month. The way I set up my budget is with Google Spreadsheets, but Mint.com actually has a pretty cool app that hooks up your credit cards and bank accounts and automatically categorizes the purchases for you. So if you're looking for something that takes less time out of your week, that's going to be your best bet. Step number 3 is to create your goals, particularly 2 different types, your annual savings goal and your passive income goal. For me, what I used to shoot for with my annual savings goal when I got started was about $30,000 a year. I knew that if I could save that much money, then I could buy a rental property every year. That $30,000 broke down to $2,500 a month, and so that was the amount that I would pay myself on the first of every month. You can of course change this amount as your income goes up over time, and that can help you get to early retirement even faster. When you start increasing your income, it becomes harder to keep your cost of living the same because you know that you can afford a much nicer lifestyle. There can be a lot of pressure to keep up with the Joneses, but if early retirement is a serious goal for you, try to ignore those pressures and just keep netting more money because that will get you to early retirement faster. Step number 4 is to start putting that money into real estate. Now this obviously is a complicated one and I don't have time in this video to break this down in detail, but I have plenty of other videos on this channel that will show you how to invest in real estate. The important mistake to avoid is to understand that not all real estate makes for a good investment. In fact, I dare to say that over 95% of the houses you see on the market won't make for a good investment property. You need to feel comfortable with knowing all the numbers. For rental properties, this is understanding how to accurately calculate cash flow, understanding all the types of ways you can make income off of your assets, and all the types of expenses you're going to incur as a landlord. This is understanding landlord and tenant laws in the states you're investing in. This is understanding your market's economy and its fundamentals to grasp how reliable it is over the long term and what kind of potential it has as a long-term investment. There's so much more that goes into it, so as I said earlier, definitely check out some of my other videos to get a better grasp on the things that you need to know before you start purchasing real estate. But when you know what you're doing and you buy the right kind of property in the right kind of market, well, this is where things start to get fun, and that brings us to step number 5. Step number 5 is rinse and repeat. You're collecting cash flow on your first rental property, so don't touch that cash flow. In fact, reinvest it to get you more real estate. You can probably imagine how this can start to snowball over time. So let's take a look at how this can look over a 10-year period, and let's assume you're shooting for a $5,000 a month passive income. Year 1, you focus on saving your first $30,000 to purchase your first single family. This nets you an extra $200 a month in passive income. Let's also assume you increase your savings an extra $5,000 a year each year as you begin to get raises or promotions at work. End of year 2, you save up a total of $37,400. You spend $30,000 on another property, increasing your cash flow an extra $200 a month. End of year 3, you save $44,800, which you use to buy a duplex, cash flowing $400 a month. End of year 4, you save $54,600. You use $45,000 as a down payment on a duplex, cash flowing another $400 a month. End of year 5, you save a total of $74,000. You buy a triplex that cash flows $600 a month. End of year 6, you save up $76,600, and you buy another triplex, cash flowing $600 a month. End of year 7, you save $88,800. Keep in mind, this is counting the cash flow that you're building up and the money you're saving. You use that money to purchase a fourplex that cash flows $800 a month. End of year 8, you save $103,400, which you use towards purchasing another fourplex, giving you another $800 a month of passive income. At the end of year 9, you save $118,000, which you use on a fiveplex, cash flowing you $1,000 a month. Now we're finally at the start of year 10, and you officially have a passive income of $5,000 a month, which is enough for you to retire. So I know that was a lot of numbers, but it goes to show you that even starting off with saving $2,500 a month can get you to this point. Keep in mind, this assumes you don't sell any of your real estate to buy more or take advantage of any appreciation that you're bound to come into. So this is a pretty safe and slow method to get to retirement in under 10 years. And what's cool is that with all the write-offs you get in real estate, that $5,000 a month is basically a net number, which is almost like getting paid $7,000 a month at work. With that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this illustration, and hopefully it showed some of you guys that if an average Joe like myself can pull this off, then there's no reason why you guys can't too. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, let me know what your thoughts were on this video in the comments below, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me down there as well. Lastly, follow me on Instagram at the Out of State Investor. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.